So there was 2 other tournaments this week, and you would be – I think if you would have made this prediction, or if anybody in the world would have made this prediction on Thursday, you probably would have been called a psycho to say, hey, Oregon State's going to finish last in Round Rock, and Kansas State is going to win and sweep through Arlington, and Oklahoma's going to go sweep through Round Rock. Like, there was just kind of like a big parody of this week with these tournaments.
Wait, hand up. Who picked who did I pick to win Jacksonville?
I think I picked NC State, who finished last, which surprised the hell out of me. I believe you picked Ohio State to win Jacksonville, just for fun.
Alabama.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I'm just on a heater right now.
Remember, I picked Oklahoma to win Round Rock, and then you guys reminded me that Oregon State was in the field, and I switched. I would have looked like the biggest genius in the world.
That's right.
I was hyping up the Witherspoons and Cam Johnson and Oklahoma's offense this year.
Top 10 team in the country.
Yeah, dude, they are so good, and they're not ranked in D1 baseball right now. We're talking Oklahoma here. Sorry, I know I've been bouncing around, but it would not surprise me one bit if they end up top, like between 10 and 15 in the rankings because of the resume right now. They look really good, guys.
Just plug them right into that 10 to 12 range, 10 to 13 range. Just put them in there. There's no reason to put them in at like 21 and say, yeah, they're good. They earn. Just put them where they belong now.
Yeah. They're going to be really interesting to follow in the SEC this year because that's a team that nobody was expecting preseason to compete. I think they were picked to finish 14th out of 16 in the SEC this year. They're going to be a top half easily. They're top 8 team, no questions about it.
But here's what they're going to have to learn how to do really quickly. The SEC, there's no off weekend. Even as bad as fucking Missouri has been, they will sneak up on you real quick and take 2 from you, as bad as they are. Kentucky, I mean, there's just no off weekend in the SEC. So for Oklahoma, you're going to get punched in the mouth one weekend. You got to get right back up and go play on the road in College Station. Or you get roughed up in College Station. You got to get up and go fight back and play at Founders Park in South Carolina. Like, there is just no off weekend. And that's just going to be my only concern for them is can they handle the gauntlet of the SEC schedule?
Yeah.
You cannot let the snowball pile on. You cannot let it get bigger. You got to just say, fuck it. Move on.
That goes both ways, though, right? Now teams can't take Oklahoma lightly either. Somebody's got to win the weekend series.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying how far Oklahoma can go in SEC play is just going to be up to short-term memory. You have a big old weekend. You sweep somebody big time. Hey, nobody gives a shit. Next weekend, you get punched in the mouth real quick. So it's just get used to that real quick. And I think this team has the pitching to survive in the SEC.
Yeah. All right. So let's move a little bit off of Oklahoma. Obviously, great weekend for them. Are we concerned about Virginia? 3-3 to start the year. They have not scored runs. Just been really bad offensively. And this was a team preseason ranked number 2 in the country. Everybody was talking about the bats that they're returning, and lineup looks stacked this year. Like they lose to Michigan, they lose to Oklahoma, they lose to Oregon State, and they're scoring like 2 runs a game. It's not good.
Wow.
Are we concerned or no?
4 against Michigan, 3 against Villanova, 7 against Rice, 2 against Oregon State, 4 against Minnesota, 4 against Oklahoma. I mean, yeah, it's cold. I mean, I'm sure they'll be just fine, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be concerned yet.
Yeah. I'm not hitting the panic button, right? Like, I can't. We're not allowed to. Like, he's proven time and time again that no matter where they are in the season, they're going to be in the hunt every time. It happens every year. So I'm not ready to hit the panic button, especially with the bats. Like, I feel like it's more alarming when your arms look troublesome early on in the season. There are some other ACC teams that I'm a little bit concerned about with the way that they're winning and losing games that I'd be more inclined to raise an eyebrow, but not this UVA team. O'Connor's too good.
Mhm.
And again, they booked their reservations for Omaha, it feels like in January. So not yet. Call me in 2 weeks.
I am somebody that loves to push the panic button week 2, though. That's just who I am.
Yeah,
I do it
that's
every
true.
year. I find any reason in the world to
If
pick a
you're-
team like Virginia. Let's just hammer the panic button right now.
If you're concerned about Virginia's offense, that means you're concerned about Texas A&M's offense, and which is, I think, both are very premature things to do right now. I mean, that's just my
I'll put the
opinion
panic
on
button on A&M. I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
it.
Dude.
Hey,
Dude.
do you guys remember what I said before? We're off topic here, but you remember what I said? I'm concerned about Texas A&M with the first-year head coach with Early, and I'm not saying anything about A&M like you should be concerned yet, but I'm just saying it's just difficult. It's not easy. So we'll see. But back,
Ben, did you see what he did? He goes, "Yeah, I'm not concerned, but like I'm just saying, I did say if we want to be concerned, I wrote up the fact that we could.
I think Virginia's pitching good. So if anything, the bats will heat up as the weather heats up, in my opinion. So pitching is fine.
Do you guys dare me to text Coach Early right now and like just a picture of a panic button and me hitting it?
Go for it.
No, I won't do that. But it would be funny.
I think Oregon State is concerning, though.
Why is that?
You just don't lose to Minnesota, man. You just do not lose to Minnesota.
It's not bad, dude. Like they
but
should have beaten Houston 2 out of 3 on the road opening weekend, and then like they played fine. They have some studs on that team. The guy that hit 2 homers today put one 450 feet away, dead left field. Upper deck.
Okay, but we're talking Oregon State and Minnesota. Like you just don't lose to Minnesota if you're Oregon
Sunday.
State. That's all I'm
Dude,
saying.
anything can happen on a Sunday. I'll tell you this: I'm not worried about Oregon State.
Baseball.
They did beat a good. I think Xavier is good, and they smashed them last weekend. So
Oregon State will be fine.
They'll be fine.
Can we talk Kansas State here real quick?
Hey,
is it just me? But when you close your eyes and you picture Kansas State in Globe Life, they never lose.
Seems like it, huh?
Yeah.
I think last year they went undefeated in Globe Life. This year they're 3-0. They just don't lose in Globe Life ever. Don't fact check me, anybody. Don't do it.
I think they lost in the Big 12 tournament, but that's pretty much the only thing I can remember.
No, didn't they win it? Didn't they win it last year?
Yeah, but I think they lose one game.
No, they didn't. They didn't win. They didn't win it last year. But I think they went on a run.
Yeah, they didn't win the Big 12 championship.
Anyway, what do you want to say?
In my head, they don't lose in Globe Life. That's when I close my eyes. Kansas State always wins in Globe Life.
If we think Kansas State is really good, that means Coastal's really good.
I didn't say I thought Kansas State was really good. I said that they just don't lose in Globe Life. And they could play the Texas Rangers there. They could play the Texas Rangers there, and they would win.
I like that.
I mean,
I forgot. Did anyone else forget that D. Kennedy was there? D. Kennedy was sick over the weekend.
Talk about Michigan. Michigan was like, oh my God, everyone's like, Michigan good after their weekend in Puerto Rico. They go 0-3 and get swept in Globe Life. I mean, obviously they play 3 really good teams, but this is just college baseball, man. You can't overanalyze every weekend.
I'll overanalyze something. What's up with the number 1 team, Texas A&M, the number 2 team, Virginia, and is Arkansas number 4 or 5?
Arkansas is 5. Arkansas is 5.
Why do 3 of the top 5 teams in the country not know how to hit?
LSU at 3. Did you say them?
No.
Yeah, LSU.
I'm saying that. Why is it the number 1, the number 2, and the number 5 team in the country don't know how to hit the baseball? Because Arkansas can't hit the baseball either.
When is the last time Arkansas could hit?
Parity.
19 or 21. When they had
Robert. They had Robert.
Robert Moore. They had Heston Kirkstead. They had the dude that hit the walk-off bomb in, I think, a regional. What was his name? It used to be part of our intro song.
Against Nebraska. You're talking about 2021, I think.
Yeah.
And then they had, what's his name as shortstop? Anyway, yeah, Arkansas just can't hit the last couple of years. I don't know why, because their pitching is probably top 3 in the country. But whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still early.
Hitting's hard.
Hitting is hard.
It is hard. Check out me and Jack's career batting averages. It's impossible, dude. Hard to hit. No.
Yeah, 231, no big deal.
Yo,
Arkansas,
let's move on to the tournament.
No, wait, I want to talk about TCU and Arkansas. Like, that game was fun to watch, and Flow Sports did a good job. People give Flow a lot of hate, but it was a good broadcast. I watched it on my phone. The Arkansas wins 2-1 over TCU. I think we're going to see both of those teams in a super regional for sure, possibly Omaha. I'm a believer in both the coaching staffs. I think that hitting is something that will come around at some point when the lineup gets established and guys know their roles. It was all playful with me talking about A&M can't hit, Virginia can't hit, Arkansas can't hit. At points in the season, they will be able to hit. But anyways, I just thought that Arkansas losing to Kansas State did shock me a good bit because K-State was stroking the ball. That's all my thoughts. I didn't watch those tournaments as closely just because I was in Jacksonville too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm over these tournaments. It's time. I want to see some 3-game series against teams again. The tournaments are fun, but I'm over them.